Hello there, Wargamers. This is DeLeon Francis 60 here, and I'm doing a 2016 view on Star Trek Attack Wing and X-Wing miniatures. First and foremost, I will do an Armada, Star Wars Armada that was released last year, but I will do that in a separate video. I'm just gonna talk about X-Wing miniatures and Star Trek Attack Wing. Now let us start. First, Star Trek Attack Wing had gone a lot of changes over since its release, for past 2 years I believe, and not just from waves after waves of ships, but also from paint designs and nerfing on certain factions. You know what I'm talking about, those board players out there. Yeah, they had nerfed the Borg seriously, and it's not seemed to be the other factions are not had a hard time playing against the Borg, except for the Federation because they were designed to take on the Borg. But they nerf the Borg. Like if you have like a Borg cube or a spear, you have to I believe reduce the. They have that special ability when you can attack with on multiple targets with a long range, but that's now had been reduced to I believe medium range only or close range. But with certain abilities, that was the nerfing on that one. But I have been trying, with the there's new events been coming out lately, but I haven't been into those. So the new ones like the Temporal Cold War, I haven't been into I haven't even played Star Trek Attack Wing in over a year. I've been trying to start up a league, but it's not going so well because of busy scheduling and people can't make it, and the area that I go to doesn't play it. Star Trek Attack Wing. They play Attack Wing, but it's the Dungeons and Dragons, but I am not playing that one. So that leaves me with only two choices: X-Wing miniatures and the currently new Star Wars Armada. But as for the Attack Wing, they keep releasing new ships. I still do buy them, and when I go to the comics store or something, or if they sell them, I would buy certain ship, but not all of them because it's just way too much for me. It's just like every month they would bring in like 3 ships, new factions. I love the new ships like the Romulan fighters. I want a Scorpion fighter, that's but I haven't got those one. I got like the last ship that I bought was the Jem'Hadar fighter, or the Robinsons. I bought that one. I'm trying to get that friend of mine to play Star Trek Attack Wing with me, so we can play those little mission cards. I love the mission cards that are coming on the packets lately with the in the game. I like to try the packet game with those little mission cards, but I wish I can play more miniature game these days. The only miniatures games that I now play these days are Star Wars Armada. That's the only thing we do have a league in Star Trek Star X-Wing miniatures, but it's every other Tuesday, and I can't do it every week and every Tuesday to go to the Gamers Club to play the game, because I usually leave at my work. I usually do it after work, and that's like after an 8-hour shift, and like 2 hours. It starts like 7 o'clock, or starts like 6 o'clock. It takes me like a shower, and I go rush there. And the night before, I have to get set up the miniatures. That's basic. I don't want to do that every week, so I do it every other week. So the only game that I play right now these days are Star Wars Armada. Well, That's why I was trying to break the little habit by want to play a little just fun Star Trek um attack wing, but I don't have the guy that I usually want to play with. It's not here around anymore. If you see my other videos, I did a lot of miniature wargaming. So I haven't done any with BJ. I haven't done any war games in a long time. I tried playing the Terminator Genesis miniatures. Oh, that's a hor. I can't just barely understand the rules of that game. It's like I just give up. But let's talk about some back to the attack wing. The attack wing is more. I haven't played that one, but I wish I could. I will keep trying to play with my with a friend of mine. But let's talk about for the paint thing on the ship lately. Look, in the it has been a bad it's always been a bad thing in the past, the ships, but lately when I when we got the USS Thunderchild, the colors are so horrendous now. I cannot stand the Federation colors. They turned it into freaking silverish blue. I hated that color. I wish they stuck with the last color they had on the game. It's like it's so bad. If you see other reviewers games, they will comment on the miniatures on the attack wing with Whisquid how they it was just a slop job. It was if you can see it in this I bought the USS Thunderchild and I just like when I got that color it's like oh it's so bad. I end up buying two of that thing. I love the Thunderchild. I like the Akira class because it finally did came out. It's one of the ships that I wanted in my Federation collection in the miniatures. But I end up painting that ship actually. You can see here in this photos on this clip. I really painted it up pretty well. I even actually added more paint on the USS Prometheus. I added some detail on that, but it's not like what I did with the Thunderchild. If you can see, if you can see it in this photo, this clip, I actually had to buy the Star Trek magazine where a replica model of the Starship Collector, the Star Trek Collector thing for the Thunderchild, and I just painted it with that gray and added windows, look references, and it was actually it was much more better. So I would love to take that note. That's the only ship that I made a total conversion on that, a total paint job on it. So that was my only gripe now. What the um Whisket is doing is they're painting the Federation ship faction the horrible silver color, and they're not even trying their best anymore. It, so that's the only thing in it. But I don't know what's gonna happen in the near future. They're just right now they're just either remaking models, they're releasing ships that they already had. We're finally getting like a we finally got a retail Warbird and a Romulan Warbird and we're getting a Vorcha class cruiser and another Galaxy class. But these days I really don't care anymore. So I will still buy X-wing miniature, but not that much anymore. And like the X-wing miniature, yeah, sorry, attack wing. I won't buy that much anymore. I don't buy it in a lot of waves. Just like an X, it's just like I can't if I can't play with it, if I can't play with the miniatures, what's the point? What's the point of buying them? So um, I will still play them, but I won't buy that much of X Star Wars Star Trek attack wing ships unless I find something good to buy like a ship that I want. So I'll probably get those. Well, I'm gonna go now. Let's move on to X-Wing miniatures. Wow, X-Wing miniatures this past year has really stepped up the plate. They added new faction, Scum and Villainy. I have one of the Sizor ship. I haven't got any other ship because I did play several League a year ago, but I stuck with the TIE Phantom list. It took me a while to because I was losing a lot. It took me a while to came up with the best formula. I used the TIE Phantom list with Holorunner and 4 TIE Fighters Obsidian Squadron, and I was just like so I actually won me a battle in that game. I said yes, finally did it. I won me a match, one match. Yeah, well, that was good enough. Look, when I play a game in the league, I really don't care about tournament. I'm not a tournament fanatic. I don't worry about that one. I only play for the fun of it because if I start playing tournament, it's I don't get fun on playing in tournaments. It's a competition. I don't like playing in competition. I just want to play for fun. That's what I only want to do. And for fleet, the ships are being waves after waves of new ships like the TIE Punishers, K-Wings, and other ships from the Scum and Villainy. Like Star Trek Attack Wing, I haven't got much on X-Wing miniatures, so I because Armada came out. Armada just came out like last um April. When Armada hit, I immediately switched to that game. I even actually I'll explain more in the next video all about Armada and how I love that seem to be because I'm currently playing that one. But for X-Wing, I will still play the game like in Star Trek Attack Wing, but I don't buy much ships anymore on X-Wing miniature either. So they released the big ships like carriers and the Imperial Raider, but those are epic ships, and we don't play epic ships in our gamers club. I don't see one. They do sell large ships, but I'm not gonna like the not the Demolisher, but what's that? I forgot the name of it. It's kind of like similar to Han Solo ship. It's the Imperial. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's the one that rams everybody with the fighter. It can ram a fighter group. Um, well, those I can get those ships like the thing, but I even bought Millennium Falcon, but I don't play the Millennium Falcon because I usually play Imperial ships. I would do play Rebels once in a while, and I bought that Millennium Falcon because it's they have one card in there that's the um veteran efficiency card. They can only get from the Boba Fett and the Millennium Falcon. So because I was using it as my TIE build, my Phantom build, TIE and Howl Runner build when I played it. And speaking of it, I when I was playing over and over again in the X-Wing miniatures, I noticed certain fight patterns, like how this one player guy he had like 3 X-Wings, just the lowest pilot skills, and probably 3 Z95, and he was just using a maneuver like a checker maneuver. It's like, and he was just like putting one action token, and that's focus. It's like focus, focus, focus. And I noticed that thing in the game, his game style, and I realized that if I can do that, I will do it. Why do I stick with a TIE Swarm or something? and I actually did that kind of. I just keep using focus and focus and focus, and I actually did kill a large ship, the Imperial. You know, I can't remember that name. It's an equivalent to Han Solo shuttle. So I actually kill it because it has no evasion, and just like I stripped with its armor with constant firing with I believe I used Echo, not Whisper, and Whisper's five range attack dice, and it just with close range, and that really stripped the um enemy ship with ease. But ever since Armada came out, I haven't gone played X-wing miniature for quite a while, so I decided I'm just not gonna go to the league, and I'm just gonna play it once in a while with my family around or friends that comes in over the house, because I can actually simplify. It can be a simplified. I would just use a simplified rule, not using the card mechanics on the game. But I kind of praise since everybody would know mm, Fantasy Flight is number one right now on the thing with the biggest after X-wing miniature, and I believe Armada is second, and or is it second or third? But they kind of put Games of Workshop, the Warhammer 40K stuff, into second or third place. I have to look it up, but it's um it's actually with the ships that they're releasing. I think the X-wing miniatures is gonna go well in the it's gonna go well in our future. It's gonna be a good game to still keep collecting for other players. Well, um, I they probably I don't know if they're gonna release more faction on X-wing miniatures since they had Scum already because it's a fighter squadron. I know they released the Force Awakens stuff because of the new movie, but and that thing had like a new update. You have to have that thing because for um, what do you call that, for the tournament rules, because the cards has been upgraded, so you can't use the old ones, but you can still use the ships from the old ones, but you can't use the um you can use the old one from the old base set. So they have the updated rules on them with the current maneuvers and everything. But the only downside of this is if I get like I don't know if I want to get me Force Awakens ships, because the movie had only two type of ships: the FO TIE Fighter and the Special Forces First Order Special Forces TIE Fighter, and the Resistance has Poe Dameron's fighter and the regular T-70, the blue one. That it's coming. It's already come out in expansions, but they can bring in Han Solo's Force Awaken Han Solo's ship with the um, radar dish, or they can bring in Kylo Ren's ship, Kylo Ren's command shuttle, but it's way too big. I don't know. That's They could bring in like a transport, but that's still too big. It's an epic ship, so you probably have to go epic. But we'll have to wait because if they release more ship faction and the more ships on um for the Force Awakens, like they could use concept or make their own for the Order or Resistance. We will see. But I think Fantasy Flight has is secured for now for their X-wing miniatures. So yeah, well that's my. I better wrap this up. So stay tuned for X Star Wars Armada. I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video because I wanna talk more in detail on that one. This is my view and thought about two, 2016 of Star Trek Attack Wing and X-Wing miniatures. So signing off.